All right, so Trump's inner circle, the power players shaping his next move. There's a report here on, I think, apnews.com. Here are the people Trump has picked for key positions so far. President-elect Donald Trump is filling key posts in his second administration and is shaping up more differently than his first. He's prioritizing loyalists for top jobs. Trump was bruised and hampered by internal squabbles during his initial term in office. Now he appears focused on remaking the federal government in his own image. Some of his choices could face difficult confirmation battles, even with Republicans in control of the U.S. Senate. Here's a look at whom he has selected so far. Cabinet, Attorney General Matt Gaetz, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, I'm seeing that for the first time, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr. / Reverend Chris Oyakhilome.
That reads from the book of Colossians.
Homeland Security Christine Noel, Veteran Affairs Doug Collins, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum. I think the most Environmental Protection Agency Lee Zeldin. I think the most inflammatory name here is probably Matt Gaetz and Robert F. Kennedy. What are your thoughts so far? I'm sure you've been paying attention to this all week.
Yes, I've been paying attention, and I'm where the vast majority of us Americans are on this. What do I say? I think I'm flabbergasted.
Say you're speechless.
I'm flabbergasted. I don't want to say that I'm flabberwhelmed or overgasted, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm flabbergasted. The truth of the matter is that
Sorry, sir. Have you noticed all the supporters are kind of sort of quiet suddenly?
Yes, because they know what is coming, or they are suspicious of what could come. Everybody is in kind of a suspended animation situation now. Of course, you have seen some skits going around saying that even Donald Trump himself must be surprised that he won. Do you understand this?
He's surprised. Of course, it's surprised. He was surprised. Look at his speech, his first speech. Oh, wow.
That's right.
Wow. How many times did he say wow in that first speech?
Because he probably was there expecting. And the people who refused to go out to vote never expected that victory would come to him. And even those who voted for him probably were not expecting that he would have such a landslide. In fact, it moved from landslide to moonslide. So, yeah, what we're talking of here is that everybody is holding the breath at the moment. And, I mean, what else could be more stunning? We were thinking, okay, it's been given this mandate. It's definitive. It's something that is overwhelming. Fine. Is it going to go the way of the promises he made, or he is going to allow this to bring out his humanity and the unknown side that everybody had underrated or that anybody did not bet on? Remember, you have told me, you have reminded me repeatedly that it's difficult for certain things to change about people, especially with the aging situation or process. So when I look at the entire list, I'm beginning to think that, well, it looks like this guy is going to deliver on those extreme agenda that he campaigned on. Yes, we ain't seen nothing yet. For example, how can somebody who continues to deny or continues to undermine the place of vaccinations and inoculations. How could such a person now be touted as somebody that would become the Secretary of Health and what's it called?
Human Services.
Human Services. How come? And there's somebody who was talking of worms being discovered in his brain, and then the thing died there. Does that sound like the words of somebody? I do not know, and I don't want to really. I do not want to talk down on people who have
health.
Like
or disability or anything like that.
Disabilities bordering on mental health. I don't want to talk about that because I know what I go through as somebody who is legally blind. I do not take all these things for granted. I can empathize, but if such people were not in denial, of course, persons with disability, PWDs, should be given cabinet appointments. I understand that. But in the case of this person, for example, as a legally blind person, if I have been in denial about the place of medicine and science and the possibilities, I would be most unqualified to step out to want to play a role in extending anticipated and necessary services to people who are faced with serious disabilities. But if it's something I believe infinitely in, certainly. So there is nothing wrong about the person of Mr. Kennedy, other than the fact of is denying the obvious. Of course, as people, as African immigrants here who are now United States citizens, are we going to deny the reality of those child killer diseases that people used to talk of, that would make people to talk of what's it called, spirit child or spirit children or diabetes? But with the coming, with the expansion of the frontiers of science and medicine, those things are fast receding in Africa. And so in this same country too, and Europe, there were times that was the reality, and people were looking in all the possible places for solutions, and then pouncing on people and declaring them to be witches and wizards. You want to do better than that in a post-enlightenment time, and then make sure that you embrace reason and common sense, than put somebody who would always want to embrace speculations, conspiracy theories, and unfounded fears, being in denial about inoculation. Now, to the case of the nominee for the Office of Attorney General, honestly, I'm surprised. Of course,
Matt Gaetz, right? Matt Gaetz.
Yes, yes, Matt Gaetz. I'm surprised that anybody want to pick him. More so when the Congress decided to investigate him on allegations of rape and what's it called, and all kinds of sex-related scandals. He himself he resigned.
Right.
If you monitor reports up till this morning or yesterday, now it's been speculated that maybe Mr. President-elect himself could be involved in an attempt at paying some hush money to whoever wants to come up with further allegations against this nominee, so that the whole thing can be pushed under the carpet. How long are we going to continue to normalize what is abnormal? Yes, there's no crime in having feelings that could be sexual, but when it affects your public conduct and then it lowers the bar concerning expectations in the eye of the public, man, after all, it's not from Equatorial Guinea. Why is it? Yes. Why is it?
Voila.
Yeah, libidinous propensity is not a racial thing. Whoever is sexually active is sexually active. But if it's going to constitute scandal, why don't you buy the humble pie and let those who will not be distracted continue to run the show?
Yeah.
Some of the things that look so worrisome. The pick for defense there, I think that is the gentleman that was some armchair Fox News critic at the time. Yes, he served up to the level of major, but not serious like the four-star generals that are being pushed aside to bring ideologues into, to politicize the defense apparatus the way this is going. Cause for worry, but let's put that aside. The one that really concerns you and I, trying to promote a game of discrimination, partiality, and what have you. And I'm surprised that those of us who call ourselves Christians are the most guilty when it comes to the bigotry that has been pushed to make sure that people are massively deported from this country, to make sure that people are not given access. Go and read the book of Esther. Whatever Mordecai and the other guy, whatever they were contesting there, the guy who said, "Oh, every Jew should be purged from from that from the country at that time, while Jewish people were in exile." This anti-Semitism thing is not just going to be narrowed down to anti-Semitic feelings now. This thing that makes you to want to amplify people from through the lens of race, color, height, and whatever your prejudice is. It's not godly. It's not biblical. At the end of the day, the gallows that have been prepared for Mordecai was what was used to execute the person that was advancing and calling for the people of Jewish heritage to be purged in that time and age. What I'm saying here is that the motivation, the incentivization is always financial. They think, by sending out immigrants, or maybe the ones they first identify as illegal aliens, and almost 11 million of them, the one Mr. Donald Trump promised, they are going to see deportations like they've never seen before, almost on industrial scale. Everybody has been incentivized. When they leave, there will be job opportunities, they can earn more money. You see the greed that afflicts the affluent world.
Yeah.
Those of us who are like Esther of that time, that have our papers and what, at least we must not lose our voice. This appeals to the most inhuman instinct within all of us. And at this point, people should backtrack, pause for a while, and see if we all can return to our senses. Leave people alone. People are just trying to escape from poverty, from war situations, from persecutions. Honestly, I do not even know how to describe America anymore. With this coming of die-hard ideologues around Mr. Donald Trump. America that will stand up for you against political oppression and persecution, that will stand against anybody denying you your religious right. That is the America that I used to know. That is the America that saved people like us.
So let me ask you this question: are we getting a taste of what it's going to be like, or we should just still wait?
It's almost like a foretaste of it.
So we should just.
It's wait. Almost like a. It's almost like
this is what it's going to be like.
I've not been there yet. Neither have you.
Well, as of
what
this
I'm
evening,
saying is,
as of this evening, they are reporting a clash between Elon Musk and I think they call it the Republican. What do they call it? Anyway, the internal caucus,
Yeah, that is why you can. That is how That is how you trust strong institutions kicking in. Republican Party would reinvent its soul. Elon Musk is coming from South Africa. I mean, he was born in South Africa.
They're going to remind him. They're going to remind him.
Yes, the same agenda. The same agenda is ancestors promoted in Africa. Apartheid. They think they are better than every other person. It's not going to happen in America here. And for example, I was cautious a bit about saying, but I'm speaking up. I'm an American. This is not right. It's ungodly. If people who seem to, I mean, I just sense I can smell bigotry in some of the things these people are promoting outrightly.
Okay, all right. Let's.
So we all need to find our voice and speak as a country of reasonable people. You know, this is where America's exceptionalism should kick in.
I agree with you on the powers of the institutions. We're going to see that. You see, as I said some weeks ago, I said you're about to find out how much tyranny is actually possible in the American system. But now we are done with the election. We're about to find out how strong the American institutions are. I think it was the strength of American institutions that won't let a Trump go past one term at a time. I think it was the powers of the decision. So, but it couldn't do it. And some people are already starting to check that. Is it possible that he would try to do a third term because it wasn't consecutive?
Are you not concerned about a major campaign promise? Nobody is remembering that. When he said it probably would be the last time that we will be voting in this country for a long time. How about that?
Well, people are starting to check that and to block the different loopholes and corners where that could come in from. But we will find out. We got 3 + 2 months to find out.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Otherwise, other than all this, I still love to see Donald Trump as a fine gentleman. Indeed.
I mean, it's time out to Allah. That's all I know. Anyway, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow.
Yeah, I will try. Wait before they click that button, please. Yes. I love to try him out as a business person, how that works for me. But if it works for me, I don't want to be driven by the greed factor.
It's not greed. It's not greed.
Yes, but how I pass it on and let it also rub on others, not just in my community, but everywhere.
No, it's not the greed part. The part I'm speaking to is the that part.
Please translate that to English. All things work out for good for those
who love the Lord. That part is what I'm talking about.
Amen, brother.
The rest of it, we'll do that till next week.
That's right. That's right.
All right, everybody, hit the like button, share, subscribe, follow, please. Let's move on to the next segment. We'll be right back.